What's good, y'all? It's your girl, the Hood Alchemist, here, bringing you the art of transformation infused with so much flavor and so much culture. That's right, y'all. I said flavor and culture. Subscribe to join the tribe. And if you haven't already, like this video and drop a comment below just to check in. Drop a sun if you're feeling the vibe. What's good, y'all? It's nighttime. I don't normally, have my videos this late. I'm got on my nighttime vibe, okay? It's a nighttime vibe, so just get with it. And I was digging the shadow, so if you don't like the shadow, boop. Anyway, in this video, so if you have been around for a while, which my channel has really been chugging for the past year, okay? Literally April 2020, I was like, I'm gonna really do this. I'm really do this. And one of my first videos to really kind of get some traction and that YouTube, gave me a little love on was a story time of how I completed a water fast. And so I meant to complete the series of water fast videos and I never got to it. And so this video is definitely long overdue if you subscribe to my channel because of water fasting. In this video, I'm going to tell you the correct way to complete your water fast. If you waited to this video, it's probably because you have decided to take on the task of completing a water fast. Anywhere from 1 day to 30. Your mind is probably curious as to what to do. So I'm gonna let you know my experience, my research, my understanding, which I think is the right way. And if it needs some growth, I'll evolve it. But right now, it's pretty solid. It's a pretty solid method. So first off, let's just be clear about how to properly water fast in the first place before we even get into how to end it. So if you check out my water fasting playlist, because I have one, check it out. I'll pop it somewhere around so you can see it, whatever. So check that out. But I'll just rehash a little bit of, my practices with water fasting. So traditionally with water fasting, Okay, that just happened. Recapping my understanding of how you should water fast. First off, you should be drinking distilled water. Distilled water. Now, if you are in a place where you don't have access to distilled water, then the cleanest, purest water that you can get, spring water. I use spring water when I can't get access to distilled water. But distilled water typically is what you should use when fasting. And leading up to the fast, you should have eliminated meats. You should have eliminated processed foods. You should have given yourself a grace period to ease off of your stomach having to digest such complex items in order to prepare for the fast. Doing that helps your body, but it also helps you to not have such a shit time, okay? It helps with the cravings, and it helps with the, the number 2 situation. It just helps. So I typically tell people wean off within like 3 days of your fast. And typically 3 days before the fast, no meat or anything like that, depending on how long your fast is. If you're doing a day fast, then okay, you could do like a day before. Make sure you don't eat any meat. Make sure you don't eat anything hard. But 3 days is usually a really good period because meat takes longer to digest. Just think about it. But normally you want to measure the length of time that you take to get off of the fast based on how long you are fasting. So for instance, if you're going to do a 3-day fast, then typically to prepare for a 3-day fast, you should do 3 days. And to get off of a 3-day fast, you should also do 3 days. If you're doing a 7-day fast, then to lead in, you should take a week to prepare your body. You should do your fast for 7 days. And then you should take 7 days before you are getting back into really complex foods. Most people don't do that. So what do I mean by this? So for instance, today is the last day of my water fast, okay? And I just completed a 7-day water fast. We'll just stick with the number 7 because I'm feeling it right now. So I just completed a 7-day water fast. And the day after my fast is over, oh my gosh, I'm hungry. I haven't eaten in 7 days. I can finally eat. What do? run and go get me some eggs or something like that to cook. That's not what you do. So first what I do is I slowly invite digestible items back into my system. And by doing that, I start with liquids. So smoothies, things like that. Because it's a 7-day fast, I would start with liquids because you have a longer time. If it was a 3-day fast, I might say, start with liquids, but by the end of the day, you could probably have some fruit. But because it's a 7-day fast, I would suggest that you start with liquids. Start with smoothies, start with juices, coconut water. Like drink a bunch of water, then drink coconut water. Have some tea, then have a smoothie. Why do it in that type of way? Because remember, your body, which is a complex organism, it has been resting. It has been kind of at ease. It hasn't been on vacation, because fasting doesn't necessarily give your body a detox. It was in this moment. No, I meant to say vacation, not detox. Because usually our bodies have so much to process and so much to detox that it's not really a break. It just gives it a fair amount of time to catch up with itself. So your body has been resting. Your blood sugar, everything is stable, it's balanced, but it still hasn't really had anything to come in and interrupt it. So imagine if you have too much of something, or you bite in like the wrong type of sugars, that could bring shock to the system. Little things like that. So I would suggest starting out with, again, breaking your fast with water, tea, herbal teas, and then allowing yourself to bite in liquids. So that can be smoothies. If you're the type of person who doesn't necessarily want to have a smoothie right away, you could have bone broth. Now, that's just for people who feel like fruit is, I need something savory. Even if your fast has made you feel like you might need something savory after, bone broth. But just sip in the broth, not nothing in it, just sip in the broth. Feel how that feels. Because also fasting is a process, and during the process, you should have learned to be a little more aware of your body. And so when you're getting off of the fast, that is important. You're supposed to keep honing in on that awareness. So the slower you take to introduce things back into your body, the more awareness you can have around what's affecting you. There were certain things that after my fast, I would eat it and I would notice the way I was digesting it, because it was like it was new again. And it was like, oh, that just doesn't sit well in my belly. You want to be cognizant of things like that. So again, if you're coming off a 7-day fast, I would say take the first 2 days coming off to just do liquids, to just be chilling, and smoothies, juices, bone broth. And if that, once that passes, then allow yourself to bring in some fruit. But don't mix all the fruits, because again, we're thinking about the laws of digestion. So when I would end my fast, I would pick 1 or 2 fruits that I would eat, and I would just eat those and see how my body would respond and react to that. And then the 3rd day, after you're done eating the fruit, then you add in some raw forms of vegetables and maybe other fruits. Other fruit, what? The first 2 days is liquids. Day 3, fruit. Day 4, add in some raw vegetables with your raw fruit. Okay, you see what we're doing? We're building our body up. So then by day 5, if you're still feeling froggy, then you can start adding in more little complex things like nuts and, stuff like that. See how we're still detoxing? We're still giving our body the proper time to respond and to adjust to everything that's happened. So then by the time day 6 comes around, it's like, okay, let me eat some cooked vegetables. Let me try some cooked veggies, not like rice and stuff like that, but cooked veggies. And then day 7, that's when you can invite things that are a little more harder to digest, like some starches or stuff like that. And after day 7, you should be fine. But it's also, you just spent a whole week retraining your taste buds, retraining your belly, which is adding to the fast. A lot of people fast to lose weight, and they're like, why didn't I lose weight? And it's because you didn't change any of your habits. You didn't change the way you treat your body. You didn't change what you put into your body. You just did a fast and expected that to fix your life and save you. And that's not the purpose. It's a tool and a process that is there to teach you discipline, that is there to give you, the chance to be able to restart your body and to reacclimate with your health, to build a new awareness around it. So That's also why people lose, they gain a lot of the weight. Like, obviously you're going to gain weight back because some of it's water weight, some of it is weight that's just been in your belly. But when you just go back to eating the way you were, or when you go back to eating the wrong things too soon, what I've noticed for real is that it's too soon. You know, you just have to allow your body the time to adjust, you know, period. And I really think that for most fasts, 3 days, like, not for most fasts, anything below like a 3-day period, add the day to it. But even if you're just doing a 1-day fast, you should give yourself 3 days. Like, a 1-day fast should take you all week to do. And most people don't do that. So let's run it back, I guess, just to summarize. So to end your water fast, you first off want to make sure you started your water fast correctly. And then you want to give yourself a fair chance and a fair amount of time to ease off, utilizing nutrient-dense items when you're breaking fast. Because if you just gave your body time to detox and to clear out, now you want to give your body a fair chance to actually bring stuff in. And you're not going to do that once you go back to processed food. So even if you plan on going back to processed foods and eating a lot of meat, you should at least respect the time frame after your fast as a way to at least give your body a chance at, you know, sustaining some of what it just acquired through the process. So yes, that is how to end a water fast. It's not too complicated. It's not too hard at all. It's just a matter of, again, the mind and discipline and what you're willing to do. You know, it's all up to you, to be honest, because that's life. That's all processes. Even when we have outside factors and external forces, it still does all determine. We determine it. Do you know what I'm trying to say? It's late, so I'm not going to make this video too long, but let me know if you have any questions in the comments. You know, if you're currently on a fast, drop a comment below so you can get a shout out, get some love, so people can connect and support each other. It's fasting ain't no joke, okay? It ain't no joke. It can feel real lonely. It can feel real like, what am I doing this for? But if your heart and spirit called you to do it, there is a reason. You just have to allow yourself to dig deep enough to get past whatever shallow reasons you think brought you there, and to really be willing to show up and do the work. I love y'all. I hope y'all are well. Be good to yourself. Be true to yourself. Be accountable to yourself. You know, and again, make sure you drop a comment below and like this video for sure, for sure. Hey yo, I'm just saying words, but the flow was kind of nice, so it's too late. It's too late. It could have been better. It could have been better. Anyway, it's your girl, the Hood Alchemist, signing out.